Harbaugh now heads to the Los Angeles Chargers.
He wins everywhere. He wins, period.
Justin Herbert, he's a crown jewel.
Well, you guys better enjoy this.
Quick snap, Herbert to throw. Has a man, touchdown!
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin.
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
I was just trying to show off.
We're going to be known as world champions. And we're going to do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than that?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host Bulldog, sitting with my buddy Kevin Duggan.
Hi guys, how we feeling?
I'm okay. Let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
So I know this is kind of a shitty situation that we're in after a loss, but me and Kevin are in the wrong boxes.
Oh God,
fix it.
We'll do it live.
Things are just a little off in the Charger world this week. Yeah,
God. Our heads are falling off, folks.
I forgot what it was like to not wake up with a victory. We had a gross. It feels gross, and I don't like it, Kyle. Yeah. And by the way, we're in the same space.
I
know. Yes. Suck it, Adam.
Kevin and Kyle are still. I know. I'm the shithead. Look at me. I'm the shithead now. Kevin and Kyle are still in California. I made my way back to Missouri because I just wanted to get away. Hey, want to get away?
You didn't enjoy it, kids?
No, just away from this loss. It was like, just get me out of here. Get me out of the state.
Yeah, you missed out on the sweet 2.5 hour car ride back home. It was so much fun. I did too. I slept the whole way. Asleep, and I just sat there just
listening to Taylor Swift the whole time. Oh, folks. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about the game. We've got an Ask Boltfam lined up for you, but I think what's most important to remember about this game is the experience that we shared with each other, with you folks. We woke up and we were like, we got to leave early. And I think we left at like 11.
You guys kept making fun of me too, and I don't appreciate it.
We definitely should have.
What's the build up? People need the build up. Kevin's like, hey, let's take off at like 1. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. He texted my parents, hey, can you guys be over to watch the kids at 1? Yeah. And then we start talking. He's like, I don't know if that's really enough. Let's go 12:30. So he texts my parents again, hey, can we do 12:30? And then like 3 or 4 hours later, he's like, I don't know. What time did you guys leave last weekend? And so he texts my parents, hey, can you be there at 11? It was just like,
and then I was like, oh, can I check into my hotel early? Yes. Just drop my stuff off. And like, oh, well, then we got to leave at least a half an hour early. But we leave, and then you guys are like, I'm hungry. Can we get Chick-fil-A?
No, we dilly-dallied the shit out of our trip. Yeah.
So we didn't get there quite as early as we wanted to.
But we had one of the funnest car rides in my life.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, we were DJing left and right. Songs were being picked. And we
were trying to shock each other with songs, and man, we came up with some. I was shocked.
We skipped a couple.
I was like, this is gross. I gotta stop.
Yeah. But we eventually got there.
If you want our playlist, we'll put it up on Spotify. Yeah, I don't know. Don't play it with your kids in the car. I'll tell you that much. No.
So we eventually got to the game, headed over to Thunder Alley, and this was
my favorite place in the world.
And as a reminder, this was the first primetime game that Kev and I got to go to, and this was also Kevin's wife Josie's first game
at SoFi.
Period. Yeah. So you both had your wives. We walked into Thunder Alley, and we just had an absolute blast. We were meeting people left and right, shaking hands, kissing babies, and there was a few people that we absolutely have to shout out. I mean, all the people we wanted to see, Brisket Broads, Tony, Patty with the Fatty over at Die Hard Bowl Club.
Dude, Patty, man, that energy that he just owns that section.
Yeah, I don't understand how he can talk. His voice has to be just fried.
Unbelievable.
For 17 weeks a year. It just has to be gone.
He is one of a kind.
Yeah. The first person actually I need to shout out, because I'm sure you're all wondering about this lovely
custom shirt
that I'm wearing right now that says Wool Dog right there over my heart. My life, my baby. This was from I don't know if you guys will be able to see it.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Rivers Lake Yacht Club.
Rivers Lake Yacht Club.
Are you official member?
I guess I'm a card carrying member now, or at least I've got my work attire for when he needs to hire me. And
you know, when they give
show
famous people like a doctorate from their university just so they can say that they're from that, they're like a part of it.
Yeah,
it's like you,
honorary doctorate.
You have an honorary doctorate. You're an honorary captain.
He mentioned that he was going to get me one of these when we went to the home opener. That it just didn't get there in time or something like that. So he's like, "I'm going to have it for you." And so we saw Senora Snappy. She came over when we were talking to the brisket broads. And so we made our way over there, and I saw it hanging there, and it was just like, get out of here. Just, I couldn't
they had it
believe
like presented.
that it was just sitting there. And yeah, we had a whole ceremony, a knighting, and he put it on me and everything.
Like you got like your green jacket from the Masters.
Fits perfectly. It's so awesome. I can't believe that after all of these years that this is something that exists. There's a piece of clothing that says Wool Dog on it. So I'm very thankful to the Rivers Lake Yacht Club for donning me with this attire. Yes.
The snappies.
Snap it out, folks. But there's a few other people that we absolutely need to shout out. One of them is Steven. We were walking around in Thunder Alley, and this guy just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And he told us that he was of the 75th Battalion for the Army, and that he listened to us when he was... I don't want to use the wrong terminology here. I've never served, so I thought he said deployed. I could be wrong in that regard. It might have just been training or something like that. But he said that he listened to us, and that that was just awesome to hear that he did that. And there was thank God, hey, Hillary was there, Kyle's wife. She got some video of us interacting with him. Let's share that just real quick because that was just such a special moment.
Yeah, it was really special.
So crazy.
Unreal.
It's just like we do these patches that are like all the clubs have their own patch, like Dyer Bowl Club. We make our patches, and it's like this fun put it on your jacket thing. But he gave us the 75th Regiment Ranger patch that we have. Like I'm absolutely not qualified to have this thing, and I don't know what to do with it because I haven't earned it. But it was this like we gave him one of our patches, he gave us one of his, and then Kevin's wife Josie was like, "You don't understand how big of a deal that is. Like that's an actual thing that military members do as like it's almost like a bonding of brotherhood and unity, and we're all working towards the same thing type of a tradition." And so for him to give us that, like, I'm still blown away.
I got a little emotional about it. I was like, afterwards, I was like, holy crap.
For sure. Man. This guy's defending our country with his life, and he gives his patch.
3 goofy buttholes.
3 shitheads.
We are your we'll be your goofy buttholes forever, bro.
Yeah. I will fight alongside you, sir. That is just such a crazy
means a lot
thing.
To us.
It means a ton. That again, just one of those things that like I can't believe that happened. That after all these years of doing this, that something like that can occur at a game.
Yeah.
Unexpected, completely out of left field. And the other person that we absolutely need to shout out was somebody that we saw after the loss. Now, Kyle, you ducked out early. What was the situation? You left before the game ended.
Yeah. So
you had to go to the bathroom.
We ran into this fan while we were up. Me and Kevin at halftime. We were trying to get back down to the game. Oh. And we ran into him, and we took a picture, and he was saying hi. And he said he had a "Suck My Butt" shirt, and he wanted to meet up after the game. I'm like, absolutely, meet us right here after the game. We'll be back up because the kickoff had already started. We were getting down to the game. And so, but right at the end of the game, obviously things didn't go the way we wanted. It was kind of over. My wife really had to go to the bathroom and wasn't about to wait. So I walked her up to the bathroom, and then the game ended. Then we were walking back. You guys were gone. Our phones were dead. It was like our pets' heads were falling off. It was, I was like, I don't want to get in a fight. We got to get out of here. So we were just kind of looking for you guys, and we ended up seeing him again. But then you weren't there. So yeah, it was a whole situation.
But this is Joaquin, who told us that he joined the Patreon and everything, and he had the Suck My Butt shirt. When Kevin and I interacted with him, he had the Suck My Butt shirt, and he said, "Can you guys sign this?" And we said, "Absolutely."
It's like, are you sure you want us to ruin this?
Well, a Suck My Butt shirt, totally.
I guess
fine.
that. Yeah, I guess that.
That's an okay thing to sign. But then, like,
our faces are on it.
But then we started signing hats with his kids, and then we signed a Tomlinson jersey that one of his kids had. But like, the emotion of losing a game, you know, it's a primetime game. It's a horrible. It's everything. And you're feeling down, you're feeling a little dejected. You're just like, man, it sucks. But then this big smiling face Joaquin shows up and he's like, I came to this game because of you guys. I came here to see you guys. Like, that was the goal. And he did, and we took pictures with him. And it's just another reminder for us how important sometimes just being a goofy butthole for a sea of people sometimes pays off in that regard. And it's just such an awesome thing. And Joaquin, I can't thank you enough for finding us and listening to us, just period listening to us. We thank you so much, but for doing everything else that you've done means the world to us.
He was the biggest reset for me too, because I was getting into like, dude, the poutster was about to show up. Oh yeah. The bottom lip is coming out. That was about to happen. And then we saw him, and we're hugging it out, doing all that, and it's just like, dude, you reset it. This is what it's about. It's like making friends, experiencing that game together. Like, I wouldn't take that back to the world. Like getting to see everyone and spend time. It's like this family that you see very infrequently, but it's like you get together and it's like, oh my God, it's like a family reunion kind of thing. Yeah. So it was great. I needed it because I woke up this morning definitely 20% better than if I wouldn't have run into him at the end of the game.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, he said that we helped him to have a little bit of that shameless positivity. Yes,
I remember him telling us that too.
We helped him kind of shift his mindset from being like negative and we suck and into
he wanted us to be angry with him.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys, be angry.
He was mad at us for not being more mad.
Yeah.
But now it went full circle, because I wanted to be pissed after that game for a couple minutes.
Right. And he brought us back.
He came and brought me back right away.
Yeah, it was rad.
It goes both ways, Joaquin. It goes both ways. That is, again, just the perfect way. If we were going to lose, meeting you after the game was just the perfect storm to help us get out of our funk. And that's why we do this show sometimes, is to help you folks get out of your funk. And we're going to try to do that now as we talk about the game.
Let's get funky.
So let's talk about this game. Ravens end up winning. This is the horrible guest appearance.
Mrs. Huggin.
Hello.
My wife.
My wife.
Kevin and Hillary had a little bit of a quarrel yesterday.
Hey, it's sibling love.
Yeah. Hillary thinks I'm really hot. And
I can't hear it anymore. I do not want to hear her say that about him.
It was pretty much our first brother-sister fight we've ever had, Kev.
Yeah. Stop.
Stop. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay.
Mom,
make her stop.
Fight is like a loose word. It was not really a fight.
It was a tussle.
Yeah.
Disagreement.
But literally, I was like talking about how hot Kyle is and how much
God, stop saying it. Just stop it.
And
I don't want to hear it.
Kevin was so mad at me. He's like, I don't want to hear that anymore.
I'm tired of hearing it. I'm losing my head.
Okay, come on, we got to finish the show.
All right.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
We're gonna lose Kevin.
All right. This game started off so strong, dude. Like, we started with the ball, opening drive, we get it down there, and we score with Justin Herbert running it in and holding and squeezing the ball afterwards. That was
perfect.
Perfect. This is awesome. We couldn't ask for anything more. Scoring on the opening drive. And I think I saw we hadn't done that since like the Kansas City Chief game. We hadn't scored on the opening drive. So been a hot minute. It wasn't even
big plays. It was just like boom, boom,
just
boom.
Little
like
chunks, man.
All the way down the field.
Just efficient gameplay. And then all hopes were dashed after that because the Ravens.
Why do they keep going for it on fourth down? Like,
I don't know.
Man,
it's
that was
like
bullshit. Inside the 20?
Yeah, it's a very annoying big brother move.
That's like a total big brother move. Like, I would have done something like that for sure.
Yeah. It was
just like, I'm not losing to my little brother no matter what. I will look like an idiot on ESPN tomorrow. I'll risk it. risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, man, he just could not be stopped. He had 140 yards. I think he was averaging over 5.5 yards a carry. Like, what do you do?
It was, I don't know, dude. It was like, I feel like a lot of the times we were defending the plays well. The couple that I've gone back and watched, it's hard for me to go back and watch right away. But
yeah,
some of the things we were in the right spots. You can't one-on-one tackle the guy. And so we weren't defeating enough blocks to get more than one to the ball. And we were tackling too high. I don't understand why we were not trying to take his legs out more consistently.
I think Perriman, man, was the biggest miss in this game. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troy Dye and Nick Neiman can't tackle Derrick Henry.
No. Yeah. Not efficiently. I mean, we kept Lamar Jackson under 200 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he got 2 touchdowns, but
that's because he was down in the red zone because of Derrick Henry.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, and that's the other thing too. I mean, we ended up losing J.K. Dobbins. I don't even know where we lost J.K. Dobbins. Like, at what point in the game? That's the hard part, folks. When you're watching the game, like in the stands,
It's
like
so
you don't
different.
see everything happen. We didn't even know something happened to J.K. Dobbins until like the end of the game. It was just like, oh shit, something.
Oh, he
happened to
hasn't been
JK.
in there in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they're letting Gus get.
There was like a tiny little red ticker that came up that said JK out. But that's all, and that was in like the fourth quarter.
But yeah, and if you didn't know to look for it, if your eyes are always on the field, you don't even know. So
I saw Hassan Haskins getting carries in the second half, and that's what piqued my what's going on here.
Yeah.
Well, and it also started to get to the feeling of being a little desperate. Like, okay, well, we got to air it out. Like, all right, last I heard, their secondary is not as good. It's like one of the worst in the league. So let's get Justin to throw this thing, and let's try to make some magic happen. And I mean, if it went to Lad McConkey, it was pretty magical. If it went to Will Dissly, it was pretty magical.
If it went to Quentin Johnston.
If it went to just about anybody else, it was like, oh God. And yeah, Quentin,
Jalen Rieger had a drop.
Everybody,
two or three.
He had 3.
And Palmer just kept getting manhandled, man. Like he was getting flags and everything, but it was
I think that was my takeaway from this game was everyone talked about the lack of talent that we had on the team and we just don't have enough weapons. And this was the first game where it felt like that was true.
Yeah. They couldn't just will their way past that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just an unfortunate thing. I mean, that's the thing is like Lad McConkey now, as far as wide receivers go, he's got more yardage than Malik Neighbors, than Marvin Harrison Jr., than any other wide receiver. He's got the most yardage, man. And that was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
So
huge.
He's killing it right now. And I love the fact that he's on this team.
I think we're in the same place either way. Because if you draft somebody in the first round, if you draft, it's the same situation. You got one guy.
Yeah, we need. It's just the cap space that we had coming into the season was so bad because of what Tom Telesco did.
Yeah.
That we didn't have an opportunity to go get a big name. We had to cut those guys. We had to cut Keenan and Mike, and we didn't have the resources to go pick up another one.
And then they went tip of the spear and amazing wide receiver in the second round.
Yeah.
We're building this thing. Give us year 3 with Harbaugh, and we will have all of those pieces. It's just, it's going to take a little bit of time. I still don't think we're still a good team. Like we were in that thing. We were down 1 score, 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We have a 3rd down that we should have converted, but Q drops a wide open pass that would have gone to the 50 or into their territory. You have all the momentum. You could have tied it up. Like we were in that game still.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we're just dog doo-doo. It's just, there was some, I don't know, certain things that glared as maybe these are a little bit more of a weakness than we thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking over at some of the tweets on Twitter, Chris Rim, Chargers allowed 212 rushing yards. Oh, God. First time a Jim Harbaugh coached NFL team allowed over 200 rushing yards. The Chargers had 4 drops, most all season. And Jim Harbaugh is now 0-3 against John. 0-4, including the preseason.
Gross.
It is gross. And that's I wanted this win so bad. Like honestly, like I would almost be willing to trade like 2 or 3 other wins for this win. Like this game felt like that Pokemon. Needed to be a win more than anything else in the world right now. Like,
I'll give you a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur for your Charizard,
and I'll be your friend. It's just, it sucks. But we're 7-4, folks.
It's
we're
not
still
over, man.
it's not over. We got 6 more games to go.
Still,
yeah, our percentage of getting into the playoffs is still incredibly high. So let's go.
So we've got 6 more games. One of those against the Raiders. One of those is against the Patriots. One of those is going to be against. We got Atlanta coming up here next. I'm not saying that's a slam dunk, but I'm just saying comparatively, like I feel like and the Chiefs again, who barely beat the Panthers. And we still got another. Yeah, we've got 2 more primetime games here. We've got the Chiefs and we've got the Broncos coming up here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this season completely shakes out. But we're doing okay here, folks. We're doing fine. And Joe Reedy over on Twitter also pointing out that Quentin Johnson is only the 2nd Chargers receiver to be targeted 5 or more times and not have a catch per Sports Radar. The stats go back to 2009. Travis Benjamin was the other one, also 5 targets in 2017 against the Jets. Yeah, man. When you look at how many targets that Quentin Johnson had and just 0 catches that whole game.
And these were like bad drops. These weren't like tough spots or close coverage. One of them was just like, dude, the one that Kyle was talking about was we saw it from our perspective in the seats. Yeah. But you don't really understand until you see the broadcast.
So you see the close up of it. Yeah.
It was bad. And
it was a perfect ball.
It was beyond perfect.
And that's the thing too. It's like this whole season was just feeling like he's getting better. He's getting catches. He's getting touchdowns. He's getting like all of these things that we wanted him to have his first year. And then this was just, it's not even just a bad game. This was just a horrible performance. And I'm hoping
he shakes it off.
And continues to progress because, I mean, you've got quotes like this from Quentin Johnson saying, you kind of just learn to not dwell on it too much and just try to put it past me as much as I can. And then obviously I want to have catches back, but I can't, so I can't do anything but just learn from it. I know I've got to get better.
And you saw Justin, which was different from last year. If Q had a big drop, he wouldn't go back to him. Like he was like, okay, you had your opportunity.
Giving him a chance again.
But he was immediately going back to him after that. After a couple of those bad drops, just immediately boom, right back to him.
Yeah, because I think he had 9 targets. This game, Quentin Johnson.
It was 5.
I think it was 5. 3 drops, 5 targets, no catches. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, but
it's all bad. If it's 9 and he didn't have a catch, that is.
I hope it's 5.
The worst performance by a wide receiver in the history of the NFL.
Please be 5.
5 targets. It's 5 targets. Okay. 5 targets, no catches.
Hey, way to be shamelessly positive. That sounds way better.
Yeah, dude, way to reframe that for me.
Yeah, it could have been 9.
Yeah. Kobe.
But yeah, I'm not writing off QJ. It's just that's the other thing too, is like I haven't watched the game. I'm sure that obviously Lad McConkey was the sure bet if he was to
caught every pass.
Caught every pass.
He was 5 for 5.
And I'm sure Baltimore sniffed that out and was just like, okay, well, we either got to put our top guy on there or we got to double team Lad. And it just put Quentin Johnson in those situations where like, okay, well, you're the next guy up. And the same thing for Palmer. Palmer had a bunch of targets too that I don't think we'd seen. That's probably most targets that Palmer's had all season, if I'm not mistaken. At least it feels that way.
Off the top of my head.
Because it feels like he would get like maybe 2-3 targets a game at the most. So, I mean, I don't know how many targets he had, but it felt more for Palmer. And then it was just of that situation. Yeah. And then Harbaugh on the performance said, we'll regroup. They played better football than we did tonight, referring to the Ravens. But more importantly, we know what kind of team we are and what we're capable of. Absolutely.
There you go. I want to see us bounce back. I believe that we can. I don't think it's going to lead to a skid. I think we're going to bounce back this Sunday against the Falcons and get things back on track.
Yeah.
But I do want a big win against a big team. We
need it.
We haven't had.
Guess the next one? Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
We got it. We got to go get the Chiefs. We need that confidence that we can play with those best teams. Well, not just play with them, but beat them.
We got to hang and make it happen. And then Deion Henley and Mac on the game. Stay connected. It's easy to stay connected after a win. We got to stay connected after we fall short, said Deion Henley. We know we got a long season, and this one game does not define us. We're trying to go further than one game. And then Khalil Mack added, the way I play football, I would love to play this team again. I would love to. But what we put on film today wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
give me another
cool,
shot. But I love that. Like, give me another shot. Today wasn't the day. Let's do it again.
We very much could be seeing them in the first round of the playoffs.
I believe it. And I would be all for it.
Yeah.
That's a good team. They might end up getting it. I mean, they have 4 losses, so I don't know if they'll get to the 1 seed, but they should be the 2 seed. I don't know. Pittsburgh, I don't know how they're winning so many games.
No, their defense is just psychotic.
Yeah, they're finding a way. Yeah. Well, folks, you can find your way over to our sponsor this week, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are ice cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sports opinions into real money. Like Red Zone Rush, a game you won't find anywhere else. Just pick whether or not a player will score a TD by swiping right for yes and left for no. Simple as that. Plus, your entry will be automatically boosted, and you'll get a 51% profit boost when you play.
Nice.
You could win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats like passing yards, interceptions, touchdowns, and much more. And Underdog is the best place to play champions, so sign up and deposit now using promo code CCHAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. 1,000.
Oh.
It is almost too good to be true. I need someone to go do this and confirm that you get $1,000 in bonus cash.
Up to $1,000. Yeah. And so, I mean, we were having a lot of fun with that. Like, we got to go a little bit earlier.
We had a good one together in person. It was
we did Saquon Barkley to score, which feels like an easy slam dunk. Thank you, Underdog. And then Matt Stafford to throw
scoring
2 touchdowns.
2. Thank God for that garbage touchdown. That saved our bacon.
$1.50. $1.15. It's pretty great.
I think it was 115 is what we ended up making on that. So
it made my night.
Yeah.
So download the app today, folks, and use code CCHAT. Like we said, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Must be 18 or over 19 in Alabama and Nebraska, over 19 in Colorado for some games, over 21 in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Avoid in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. And don't forget, folks, you can also go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat, where you can check out all the fun, silly bids. We're going to have one. I can guarantee you right now, this Friday is going to be a sweet documentation of all the fun things that we got to do for this primetime game. So definitely be ready. It's going to pop up over there, patreon.com/ChargerChat. And as always, folks, we need to shout out our newest Patreon members, and that includes Gerardo Gutierrez.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Thank you, buddy,
you're here.
for joining Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat. But if you don't want to go over there, it's totally fine. Go on over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in the members section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check out chargerchat.com. There it is. All right, folks, it's time to go on to the next segment. It is Ask Boltfam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement. Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam, and we start at the top with Ulysses Pineda. Who asked the question? Well. Do we suck again? Or are the Ravens that good? Sure, this game was winnable, but what's the point if it's of ifs, ands, or buts? The Ravens ran the ball down our throats, and that really sucked to see. Bateman and Andrews' TD catches were low-key ridiculous and impressive. I, for one, do not want to see this team in the playoffs. They are that good. Blah! Let's hit the reset button and move on. We are still 7-4 in the year one of this rebuild or new regime, whatever you want to call it. That is something to feel good about. It was great to meet you, gents. It was a true honor and a very fun time indeed. I apologize as I was intoxicated to some decent levels, so I hope that I remained professional and courteous. I also very much enjoyed yelling "suck my butt" in the Army voice with you. Many thanks to Kevin for the Charger Chat patch. It's so nice and soft, and I can't wait for you all to be with me permanently. Anyway, What was your favorite part of Thunder Alley on Monday night? Mine was meeting Kasim Osgood and Legadoo Nane and getting my jerseys of them signed. I can't imagine anyone who has their jerseys, and I think they were happy to see the love and support. Bolt the up their butts, the Raiders. Okay, bye.
It was great seeing you too, brother.
And we're very happy to be with you permanently.
Oh, yeah.
Mwahaha.
Can't get rid of us.
Can't get rid of us. But yes, hey, man, we're 7-4 of the year. So let's.
Yeah. And the thing about seeing the Ravens again is every team in the playoffs is good. There's no way around it. It's not like you're going to get the Raiders. They can't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
But we learned, didn't we? we all learned a thing or two about this team. So I think we'll be better prepared should we get a chance to see the Ravens again in the playoffs. But that's not the question. You mentioned seeing Kasim Osgood and Legadoo Nane. Hey, Kyle, you got to see Legadoo Nane.
I did. My wife is like Instagram friends with Legadoo's wife.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
So she saw her, went over there, said hi, and Legadoo Nane is now the offensive coordinator at Del Norte High School, and that's where I coached for like 10 years. So we got to bond about that. That's pretty cool.
He's still got one of the coolest Charger names of all time.
Yeah. Well, he's got one of the coolest names.
Azura Tutu and Legadoo Nane all day.
Yeah. What were you going to say about...
I was going to say, I think he was trying to recruit me back into the coaching ranks.
I think you should.
I would love to, but I have too many little children.
Too much to do. But no, that is awesome that you, and so thoughtful of you to bring their jerseys for them to sign. That is pretty freaking sick. I'm sure they loved seeing you there, Ulysses. But, well, I mean, we kind of already talked about some of our favorite things. I mean, obviously,
it's just the people.
Stuff like this. Yeah, seeing all the people.
It was fun. We talked about it, like bringing my wife Josie and just her experience, like our fan base, and like see the craziness that this podcast is.
Like I'd see us like interacting, and then I'd look over at her, and she'd be like,
"What the people want to hang out with you guys? What's going on? This is weird." So that was a fun like husband flex, you know?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Thank you for letting me do this.
My wife was there too. My wife loves it. She's like, "Oh yeah, like everyone
thinks my husband's hot."
Yeah. And the whole time
I'm not wrong.
Like, I don't know. I'm just a fan. Like we're the same. And I don't like it, but I love seeing all you guys. It's awesome.
I can't wait to do it again.
Well, there you go. Ulysses, thank you so much.
Thanks
for asking a question. It was great seeing you, buddy. Hope to do it again. Let's move on now to OM Run, who asked the question. How much do we love lad McConkey? He goes all out every play, and he's battling an injury. The only downside is it seems like he knows how bad it is when it's really bad. I love that kid.
Ladidi McConkey.
He's the best.
I'm just excited this is his rookie year and he's already doing this. Like, what does this mean for the future?
What if he hits a growth spurt?
What if he gets bigger? He's not done growing yet?
Maybe not.
Wow.
I mean,
he shows up to camp next year. He's Marvin Harrison.
6'4".
Yeah. Wow.
That'd be sick.
Wow. I am a wide receiver ish. No, there's usually at least a little bit of like a glow up between like rookie year and the sophomore year, like some more muscle, some little speed, some twitch. So, I mean, give him another off season with Herbert.
Yeah,
both Herberts, Ben and Justin.
Going into the NFL, you don't have time to like try to get big and add size. Everything's combine. Like I need to be as fast as I can in the 40, and I need to do the shuttle, and it's not actually getting ready for football. Now he's going to have an entire offseason with money, with facilities, and with an opportunity to just train for football, not the combine. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I think you absolutely, this isn't the best lad McConkey will ever be.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I feel
that's
good.
A fun thing to say.
I like when you said that.
All right. Well, there you go. OM Run. We love him so much. We love him long time. Let's move it on now to Andrew Ramsey, who asked the question. What's up, Charger Chat crew? What a great first Charger date for me. I got to see my lovely, stunning girlfriend in my Justin Herbert Chargers jersey, and it made my balls drop faster than the one QJ dropped last night. Ha ha. See what I did there? LOL. Anywho, I see nothing wrong with last night other than Derrick Henry is a doggone snowplow, and we lost our sleigh ride in JK. Outside of that, I don't see a problem here. Do you guys? On to a 2-game winning streak again, Atlanta and Kansas City. Can't wait to see you all together, my brothers. I love you. Bye. Well, hey, glad the date went well.
Hell yeah, dude.
True.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. But as far as seeing anything wrong other than not being able to stop Derrick, and hopefully, I pray that JK is okay, because this was a comeback player of the year, type season for this guy. I mean, before he went out, I think I saw he was averaging like 6 yards a run.
6 more than that. It was something crazy,
like 6.7 or something like that.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Because he only had six carries for like 40 something yards or something like that.
Yeah, six for 40.
Yeah,
look at you.
Look at me. Research and development.
Proud of you. Good job.
But I mean, I don't know. That's the thing I love that they keep everything so close to the chest. But as a fan, it's so frustrating to not know, like, what is the injury? What is the extent? What's happening here? I need to know. So I hope that he's okay. But other than that, do you guys see a problem?
I mean, yeah, I think there's truth to that. If we had stopped the run a little bit, it would have been a whole different ball game.
Even a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they broke a 60-yard touchdown run there at the end.
Yeah.
And that really put the nail in the coffin. But if we would have been able to have a little bit better defense against that run game, and I feel like defense wasn't bad. It was just we can't tackle him one-on-one.
Yeah.
We didn't have the guys do that, except for Khalil Mack. Khalil could tackle him with an arm. I don't understand how strong that guy is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's, like everyone else was getting squared up, and Derrick Henry would just run through him, and Khalil just needed to get an arm on him and would take him down. But it really was. The more you look back at it, it was if you could have slowed the run down a little bit. What Lamar, the MVP of the league, threw for 170 and 2 touchdowns that were just incredible catches. It wasn't like they were wide open and pinpoint passes.
Yeah, we had tight coverage on them.
Yeah, so it really was. They ran the ball down our throat. They controlled the clock in the second half, and we had bad drops. So I think it's the Derrick Henry, and got to catch the football.
I mean, it feels like what we have been trying to do, at least what Jim Harbaugh has been trying to do with the Chargers, is that exact same thing. Run the ball down the throat, control the clock in the second half, and they just did it better.
They did it better.
They just did it better. So I think we will get back on track. I think I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong. It's just got to learn from this. You got to learn from these kind of losses and come back better, because again, 7-4 team right now. We need to keep it going, keep the train riding. And Andrew Ramsey, thank you, buddy, for asking a question. Can't wait to see you in Kansas City.
Yeah,
let's move it on. Let's move it on now to Simple J's, who asked the question. Definitely a loss. We need to see where we are at in the playoffs. By the way, our defense players looked 2 sizes smaller than the Ravens. Can we ask the kitchen to add some more carbs for them?
Yeah, Wolfgang. Get on it.
Come on, dude. Double up the gluten in those pizzas, man. Come on.
Get that brick oven fired up.
Fire that shit up.
Carb powder. Bam. That's Emerald. Sorry.
Well, they need to put some protein on the pizza.
Yeah.
We figured it out. We've solved this problem for them.
We need a meat crust. Can we do that? Is that a thing?
A meat crust with protein powder? Yeah.
Meat crust, meat sauce, meat toppings, just meat.
Just made out of pepperonis.
Wall-to-wall meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our defense, it's Derrick Henry, man. Like that,
everyone looks small. Monster.
Everybody's going to look small comparatively to Derrick Henry. So, I mean, I think
we couldn't have gone to a better team.
Well, except for the Chargers.
Yeah, well, it would have been nice to have him. But
he's on a 1-year deal. Maybe he'll come next year.
Maybe.
Dude, Derrick Henry and J.K. Dobbins. Oh, my God.
Gus Bus.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'd be wild.
Maybe they just go all in, like no wide receivers, all in on the run game.
Maybe.
Like crazy.
We'll see. But I'm sure that carbs are back on the menu there, Sample Jays. So thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Bull Moose, who asked the question.
Why has this team avoided draft capital and tight ends for a decade? My God, it's killing this team.
Well, Telesco, as soon as Hunter Henry left, like that was our last good tight end we drafted.
That felt
they went Jared Cook, then they went
old
Gerald Everett.
We just went older, and we went just like a pickup guys that weren't really getting
short term.
Yeah, that's that. So that was where they shifted, and clearly, you can draft a top tier tight end. That's Justin throws to his tight ends. That's his thing. So I don't know why. We can ask Tom Telesco, but hopefully he continues to make these terrible choices in Las Vegas.
Drafts more tight ends next year
right away.
Yeah, like why did he? Yeah, he did that out of nowhere.
Yeah, they've got Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer.
Maybe he learned from his mistakes. Could he?
Too little, too late.
Maybe
Tommy boy. But yeah, that's a Tom Telesco regime, and I loved Hunter Henry. Derrick Henry, I almost said Hunter Henry, and that was somebody that felt like, okay, we go from Gates to Henry.
Yeah,
Henry's going to be the guy we're going to keep for a long time. Wait, where's he going? Wait, where'd he go? Like it was.
Oh shit! What happened?
Yeah, who lost
Smoke
Henry?
Bomb.
Yeah, it felt like that because the connection was there, man. Like it was there with Phil, and it started to be there with Herb, and it was just like perfect. This is that budding brotherhood that's gonna explode and it's gonna be here forever, and it just wasn't. Like I wish it could have been.
So, question: What if Ortiz does what Telesco did, but they bring back
Hunter?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, but he's on contract.
Or would you rather draft? Like that's what I mean. If you could find a way to get him, or would you rather just go young?
I would rather go young
find
and
a
cheap.
stud.
Yeah, he's done a good job in the draft so far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go draft.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draft it up. But I'm sure they'll get it back on track there, Bull Moose. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move on now to Lexi M. Who asked the question.
First, I'm pretty happy with most of that game. We have some cleaning up to do, but they'll get there. For my question for Kyle, I don't know if you want to do like a coach's corner on this or answer it now, but how are plays called? Like when you set a game plan, is it play 1 this, play 2 this, play 3 that, etc.? Or is it more of a like, are we going to run this type of play when they are doing this? Or is it like none of that? I mean, random question, I know, but I got to thinking when I saw Justin Audible on the first play of the game and a few others. Thanks in advance. P.S. The rat birds and felons, the donkeys, and especially the crybabies. Can't love you, bye.
Good one, Lexi. Great question.
That is a fantastic question. And I don't know if it's worthy enough of a full coach's corner, but can you give a little insight there, Kyle?
Yeah. So you script out as an offensive coordinator, you're going to script out your first 10, 15 plays. So they are like 1, 2, 3, 4. And you've put them together in a way that they're trying to be complementary. Now, what you want to do as a defense is get them off of that script. So if you can put them in 3rd and longs, your script is based on getting, 3-4 yards every play. You can stay on script. Mm-hmm. If you can put them like we did to the Ravens at the beginning of the game, they got a bad holding penalty, backed them up, or a tripping penalty or whatever it was.
Some weird shit.
A leg whip, and it put them off of script. So now you have to go to, okay, what have we seen so far? What coverage are they running? Let's try to make a play call. So after your script's done, which obviously we had an incredible script to start the game. We drove right down the field. We had
pretty much all year long.
Yeah. Our script for our first 15 plays were perfect. After that, you have to adjust. So after that first series, you're going to get together with your coaching staff and be like, hey, what are they running? What are they trying to take away? How can we take advantage? And you also look at the way that your scripted plays went, and you go, hey, when we motion, they're doing this. Okay, then this will be open. Or, hey, when Ladd ran this route, they tried to jump it. So now this and that will be open. So you're playing based off of what you saw. You script your first 15, you run those, and then the rest of the game will be called based on what they did to try to defend those plays. Mm-hmm. So after that, it just becomes a little bit of a feel, getting into a rhythm, knowing what matchups you like, and so on and so forth.
Chess match.
Very much so.
So when Justin audibles out of that first one, like if it's the first play of the game and he's already calling kill, what does that say to you?
Well, it's just they showed something that they weren't expecting.
Okay.
You also, in the NFL, it's different than what I coached in high school. We call one play and it's you run it. They call multiple plays in the huddle. So their script will have their first 15 plays is really like 30 plus plays because every play call has 2 plays. Mm-hmm. So he's just checking to the play that he liked best, but it was still called in the huddle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just they came out and showed something that wasn't expected, which you almost have to expect from a good defense. They're not just going to come up and run the same thing. Yeah.
Love that. Well, there you go, Lexi. I couldn't have said it better myself. So there you go. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Scotty B63, who asked the question.
Good day, fellas. Disappointed that we weren't able to get the dub last night. I'm beginning to wonder if DJ Chalk actually exists or if he's like Schrodinger's cat, huh? K, love your boy.
Good question.
It is a good question. I mean, we see that he's inactive, so
I'm not seeing enough out of Jalen Reagor to be like, that's the guy.
Yeah. Somebody's got to ask. I haven't seen Popper or anyone. If anybody's going to ask, Popper should be the guy.
It's like he's been kidnapped and they don't want to like say that. So they've just been like, he's inactive this week.
Yeah, we haven't tracked him down yet.
No, he's just inactive. It's not that we don't know where he is.
It's a hangover situation.
No. Yeah. Who said that?
He's on the roof. Locked out.
He's on the roof of SoFi.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. That's what I feel like after this last game. Just toss him in there and see. Like Reagor had a bad drop too on a 3rd down that would have been a 1st down.
Yeah,
he hasn't really done a whole lot. Like
he fumbled in the Arizona game real bad.
It's not as if he's like a big blocking threat. He's a little guy. So yeah, I don't see how you don't see. Maybe Chark's still hurt. Maybe he's still dealing with something and not at 100% yet.
I don't know. I mean, the only other thing that Reagor does do is he was catching some of the kickoffs. I mean, the ones that could not be returned. Like I guess if it was returnable, Darius might have run it out. But if it's just going into the end zone, like he would catch it and take a knee. So
yeah, I think that's maybe part of the strategy is kick it to him and he's going to take a knee.
But I mean, he does those punt returns. So I mean, maybe that's part of keeping him on is like teams. He can be that special teams guy as well. But I don't know. It is baffling. So wish we knew, Scotty, but thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Marco DeLeo, who asked the question.
Dang, ugly loss. So everyone is bashing on Q, the poor guy, but he had some good games. Obviously, this was not one of them. How concerned should we be about our wide receiver core, especially Q? And do you guys think we finally see DJ Chark?
The problem with him is that he does flash. He's not consistent. So he's not going to be like a top end guy until he's consistent. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried because I've seen what he can flash.
Right.
If he gets in his head and it's more of a psychological thing next game, maybe you get a little worried a bit, but I'm not out just because he had one bad game. Yeah, those drops sucked and they might have cost us some points.
Yeah,
but I'm okay with holding steadfast. This time last week, we were talking about how awesome he is and how many touchdowns he has and all that. So, you want consistency, but he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
So we got to give him some time.
Do you think there's any form of like punishment in the realm of like somebody else is going to get a start?
Like a spanking?
Well, no, not like that's your kind of punishment. We all learned a little something about Kevin today, but no.
Jim Harbaugh has a paddle in his office.
Yeah, he's like, Q,
sit
get
up.
In here. Yeah. He's banging it on his. Oh man.
Oh man. How many drops did you have? 3. Well, what's happening next.
2, 3.
But no, in the realm of like somebody else, like Chark, Brendan Rice, anybody, or if Fehoko comes back, which I saw like his injury, Chris Rim talked about his. It was like an MCL and like a UCL or something like that.
They posted a picture of it. It exploded.
Yeah.
His elbow exploded.
He had a lot going on there, but Do you see like him getting benched or not being like a starter for a game or two until he like comes back?
They went back to him. They went back to him and back to him and just went back to him, back to him. They're not going to do that. I think anything happens is you shuffle up the back end. I want to see DJ Chark. I just, like you said, maybe he's just hurt because they activated him at the very last possible minute before you have to shut him down for the season. Yeah. So it's like he's still not ready. So they had. We're just going to have him there. We're not going to activate him. He's going to he'll get in there at the end of the season, hopefully during our playoff push. Yeah.
So. I want to see it, but I almost feel like we've built DJ Chark up to be our Jesus. Like he's the Messiah that's going to come and save the season.
Yeah. Well, it's like it can't be any worse, can it?
I know that's the thing. It's like I just want to see him. Yeah. But that's the only thing that would make sense is that he's still dealing with something. That injury was worse than what we thought. Or I
mean, I hope not, because if it is, then he should be on the injury report.
But he can't be. On the injury report.
Just the injury report. Like it should say whatever it is that's causing such an injury. So I don't know what the issue is, but we'll find out there, Marco. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move on now to BTFU Chargers guy, baby, who asked the question. Oh, yeah, baby. My Chargers homie. I hope that Dobbins is fine. Oh, my Chargers homies. I got 2 questions for you. Yeah, baby. Question number 1. What has Chark been up to? Do you guys think that he's going to be inactive for the rest of the season, baby? Question number 2. Oh, baby. Do you guys think that Joe Alt and Lad McConkey are our 2 best draft picks in the first round and the second round ever, baby? On to 8-4, baby. The Raiders and the Chiefs and the Broncos, they can all suck our butts and bolt the F up. I'm out, baby. Can't love you. Bye. Well, we've talked about Chark, I think, till we're blue in the face. So I don't know what he's been up to, but it's not playing. I can tell you that much. But as far as Alt and McConkey being our best 1 and 2 picks ever,
they're good. But we had
good.
LT, Drew Brees.
I was going to say, I think LT and Drew Brees might be the best 1, too.
Those are 2 Hall of Famers.
Some legend shit right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously,
but was he second round?
Drew Brees was.
He was.
Drew Brees was.
It was LT Drew Brees. That's 2 gold jackets.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's sick.
But maybe, just maybe.
They might be gold jackets too, but
I just don't think offensive linemen get enough love.
They don't.
They really don't.
He should be in the running for Rookie of the Year just with how he's dominated.
Yeah.
But he's not going to.
No, he's not. No. But I mean, these might end up being the best 1 and 2 draft picks ever if we can end up getting it all the way. That could become the argument. Yeah, that would seal the deal. But I would say, as it stands right now, LT and Brees are probably, as of right now, the best 1 and 2 picks.
That's more than just Charger history. That might be NFL history, best first, second pick.
Damn.
Because you can't say Herbert, Kenneth Murray.
No, you cannot.
Oh, you cannot. You cannot.
And will not. One of them is real good.
Yeah. So BTFU Chargers guy, baby. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Isaac Burbank, who asked the question.
Yo, my Bolty brothers. That was a depressing loss, but hey, I still think we can go 12-5 in the regular season, assuming the cheating Chiefs end up beating us again. What's everyone's regular season record prediction, seeing that we are now 7-4? Can't love you, bye.
13-4.
Yeah. That's a winner.
Yeah. 13-4
until we lose again, then it'll be the
next 12-5.
Yeah. That's how I live my life.
Undefeated.
There's no reason to think that we can't win out. I mean, given the performance we've seen so far, like, hey,
the Chiefs are good.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
They're like the reverse of us the previous years where
we're good and we can't win.
Barely losing these 1 possession games. They're barely beating the freaking Panthers, dude.
Yeah, the Panthers gave them a run for their money. Yeah.
That was wild. We thought they were going to lose to the Panthers at one point.
It looked like it for a hot second.
maybe they're going to keep that going, or maybe we just, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with this coaching staff when we play
teams a second time.
Yeah. When you see the Chiefs a second time, when you see the Broncos a second time, when you see the Raiders a second time, what does that look like? Because coaching will definitely dominate, when you're seeing your AFC West opponents.
If you're the Raiders and it's the last game of the season, do you just concede? We're good.
Yeah, hey, it's fine if you guys just want to take the win.
We're done. We just give us the L. It's all we want anyways. We just want a draft pick.
Yeah, it's a better draft pick for us anyways.
Nobody get hurt. Let's just, you guys are good. You got this.
Yeah, just cancel the Airbnb. Right? It's fine.
They suck.
They're terrible.
Yeah, they just suck.
God awful.
So, 13-4 until proven otherwise there, Isaac. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move on now to House of Hayne, who asked the question. Ref huddle. No, the big man said pick up the flag, but it was a PI. You want to stay working? Okay, I'll pick up the flag. Later in the ref huddle. Pick up that flag again. We will say holding or something to offset. But they didn't hold. And that's like 6 non-calls you wanted me to not call. It's kind of one-sided now. Hey, they're not playing Kansas City. You like that nice car we gave you, right? Okay, offsetting penalty. The level of BS from the refs is astounding. Like Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. That is a big pile of shit. How do we feel about Atlanta and after their bye and a short week for us? K-Love you by FDR, FTB, and FTC.
How do we feel about
when we are the ones coming off a bye, I'm not extra confident.
Yeah.
I don't like a bye. I don't think it's like your bodies get healthy. So they might be healthy, but they're not ready to go more than us.
It doesn't feel like you stay sharp.
No. Yeah. I think that we're going to be hungry to get back on the field and go win. Khalil Mack is already calling for the Ravens again.
He's calling for heads.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a disadvantage. I think the one less day of rest and having to travel is not cool. But it is what it is. The schedule's there. You got to play it. Hopefully, but also the refs, that was ridiculous. Waving off a PI call like that. It wasn't an egregious penalty. It wasn't a terrible PI, but he was holding him and you threw the flag. It's a penalty.
But really, what was said?
I don't know.
When they get together.
So the guy that's right there throws the flag. And then the guy that's 30 yards downfield comes up and says, no, I didn't see anything.
Don't do it.
Okay, but I was right there and I saw it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, for me, I'm more concerned about, now thinking about it, that the Buccaneers game, having that on Sunday and then another game on Thursday. Yeah. That's such a shorter window of time to
But it's worse for the Broncos because they have to travel. So there's a whole another day lost in there.
Yeah. So, but I think they might be coming off of their bye. Have they had their bye?
No, that's too late.
Oh, too late.
I think.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I feel bad.
It's race to the look up. They're playing 4 days after. So they have a very short amount of time before they play us.
Same Sunday to Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Sunday to Thursday.
Sunday to Thursday.
So maybe.
Yeah, it's the same situation. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
All
right. We looked it up. We're good.
We're confident.
Everything's good.
Yeah. So they have a bye week and then they play the Colts and then they play us 4 days later.
Okay. Well, there you go. We figured it out. I think, refs suck and it is what it is. But
yeah, suck my butt.
Suck my butt, refs. House of Hayne, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move on now to Athair Kader. Who asked the question? Coach Kyle, I want to start with you. I love the video you posted on Instagram, baby. I'm happy for you and your family, but easy on your son, Coach. LOL. He's not ready for this. The kid was scared, baby. LOL. Second, Kevin, tell your people you're working with Chiefs fans. Enjoy the ride. Your kingdom is going down next year by the Chargers, baby. Now to my question, directly for you, Coach Kyle. Coach, we're coming off a tough loss, but I'm not worried at all, baby. Short week, early kickoff, and facing team is coming off a bye, and they're hungry, baby. The question is, how Coach Harbaugh and staff will handle this week, and what is the challenge? Love to hear Kevin's thoughts and my baby, my love, my heart, my life. Wolfgang, baby. Bold prediction time. Our defense will bounce back and get 4 turnovers and 6 sacks. We win 31-10. Okay, love you. Bye, baby.
Hell yeah.
4 turnovers and 6 sacks. Sign me up. I'll take that all day long. All right. Well, Kyle, was your son scared at the game against the Bengals?
He was tired. I don't think he was scared. That kid was ready to go to bed.
Wow. Yeah, got it. He was more cranky than anything else.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like, Dad, you're shaking me, and I just want to go to bed right now.
But the question, how the staffs will Harbaugh and the staff will handle this week, and what is the challenge?
These guys are professionals. I don't think it's like when I was in high school, it was have these guys checked out, or they focus on girls in school instead of playing football. But yeah, these guys are pros. I think you've created a culture where hopefully they want to get back in tomorrow and get right back after it.
Yes.
I think it all comes back to the culture that you've already created. You think Harbaugh isn't pissed off and working that much harder to go get after the Falcons?
Yeah.
And so if that's the culture that he created, all the players are going to want to do the same thing.
Yeah. There you go. Athir, buddy. Thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Tony Francis.
Tony.
Who asked the question.
Attention! The final score to that game really sucked my butt. And let me tell you something, soldiers, it did not feel good. What in the absolute cadets? My first question is directed at you, coach. Does QJ suck again? And if you were either Jim Harbaugh or Greg Roman, what would you say to QJ behind locked doors in a one-on-one meeting? God damn it, cadets. I think QJ might suck again. My next question is directed at you, Kev. What the happened to the 32nd ranked passing defense, and how did they hold Herbert to just 200 passing yards and 0 TDs? Also, does QJ suck again? And my last question is directed at you, Wolfdog. What moves, if any, need to be made at running back to keep the ground game working? Also, does QJ suck again, soldier? I know this is somehow Brandon Staley's fault, but I can't quite put my finger on it. You, Staley. You, Nathan Shepard. The Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, and suck my butt. Mother juice out.
Oh, boy.
Love your energy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. I mean, keeping Herbert under 200 passing yards usually isn't a major concern because that's happened before and we pulled out a win, but 0 TDs. Oh, boy. That was a rough look.
I don't know, the QJ drops, I think would have been a big dynamic change to whatever his stat.
There's 50 yards there that he dropped.
So you're at 2. He had 218. He's going to be at 268
at least. But those are also extending drives.
Yeah,
so
then you're scoring, you're winning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to boil it down to one aspect, but
the question is, does QJ suck again?
No. I don't think he sucks again. He sucked fucking bad in that game, but I don't think he sucks again. I guess he does suck again because he's had sucky games, but I don't think he's a perpetual sucker.
He doesn't suck. He sucked.
He sucked.
He past tense sucked.
Past tense moving forward.
Fair.
Now he doesn't suck.
No.
Yeah.
He's not sucking currently.
Okay. We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kyle. What happened? To the 32nd
loaded question.
To the 32nd ranked passing defense, and how did they hold Herbert to just 200 passing yards and 0 TDs?
Oh, the hard part about our wide receivers is they're not great man beaters. The only one that's a really good man beater is McConkey.
Whoa.
Man beater.
Whoa, here they come.
Watch out, man coverage.
Okay.
Sorry. They're not great at beating man coverage.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you watch football, you would have known what I was talking about, but you're just locked up in
I love the man eater.
Oh.
It's one of his favorites.
Beater.
I'm sure he played it in the car.
Hall and Oates. Hall and Oates, yeah. Got to go Hall and Oates.
Yeah, I think they were just able to run man and bring pressure, and it's difficult. I think Justin is great under pressure, and he can find the guys that are open. They just weren't consistently open because we can't. It's hard for us to get open. I mean, the one things that were working great was when we were able to go play action because we were running the ball well at the beginning of the game. Linebackers were sucking up, and then Will Dissly was able to sneak behind them. You can get Ladd on his crossing routes, but anytime we try to throw the ball in main coverage against Quentin Johnson, just running down the field, there's a guy on his hip, and he's not able to go up and make a catch. So that's not really the team that we are. We want to see zones so Justin can see, okay, that's the zone, that's the weak spot, I'm going to go. Right now against man, it's, all right, where's my mismatch? And I don't think there's enough mismatches for us to be able to take consistent advantage of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Makes sense. And as far as moves to be made at running back, I mean, unless there's like a red hot running back that's just sitting on the couch at home
Melvin
waiting
Gordon?
to be, no. That ain't happening.
LT?
Dude, I'll take LT over Gordon.
He's so sick.
No, I'm not too worried about the running back situation. I think Gus is back. I think he feels healthy. I mean, got his first touchdown of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know that he's had a touchdown prior to this.
Maybe week one early.
I don't think so.
This is his first one.
I think this was his first one.
Okay.
But if for whatever reason, JK isn't able to go, I mean, Kamani Vidal's first play in his career was a touchdown catch from Justin Herbert. So I think we're good. We've got Hassan Haskins there as well.
Yeah,
so
they really feel good about him.
Well, he's just a big special teamer. So he takes the spot over Kamani because of special teams.
Yeah.
But if it came down to JK not being there, I think running back room-wise, it would still be Gus, then Kamani, then Hassan.
Yeah. So we'll see. Because Kamani's just been, healthy and actives for these games. And like you said, Hassan's been the special teamer. So I don't, again, unless there's just a crazy good running back that's just sitting around twiddling his thumbs, I don't think there's any moves to necessarily be made, and I think we'll be okay. And I just hope that JK is okay. I hope that if
it's a big one.
Worst case scenario, he's got like a limited snap count or something like that. Fine,
or 1 week off.
1 week off.
Or 1 week
off. IR.
Yeah, just no IR, no season, and I don't even want to say it.
Yeah,
Tony. Love you, buddy. Thanks for asking a question. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. We greatly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this episode of Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey.
Yes, that's it.
Happy Turkey Day.
And I know my tree is already up in our background. Don't judge me.
What a way to go out. That was a great finish.
There you go.
Kyle. Proud of you.
There you go, folks. That's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Don't judge me. Ooh.
I got my Christmas tree. Ooh, early. Yeah. No decorations. I got the tinsel. I got the ornaments. And I got the star on top. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Are you a meat lover? Well, now there's a pizza that's more meat than pizza. Introducing Wolfgang Puck's Meatza. The pizza that has no dough because it's all meat. Meat crust, meat sauce, meat toppings, and yes, even a meat sprinkle for that extra bit of meat. It's like a carnivore's dream come true. It's the pizza that says, who needs vegetables when you've got a meat masterpiece? It's meat with a side of meat, served with a generous helping of, you guessed it, meat. Try the Meatza from Wolfgang Puck today. Because if you're not eating Meatza, are you even living?